These next couple of weeks are going to expose the difference between people who say they want to go pro and the ones who actually do it. And I'll be real with you, if you can't even sit through this video and follow the routine I'm about to give you, you don't have what it takes to go pro. Because if 10 minutes of focus feels like too much, how are you going to handle 10 hours of grinding every single day? Going pro isn't about luck. It's not about waiting for some magical moment where everything clicks. It's about discipline. It's about showing up every day with a plan, sticking to it, and pushing yourself harder than the guy in the lobby across from you. Most players will never make it. Not because they don't have the mechanics, but because they don't have the consistency. This routine is that difference. It's the blueprint that separates the grinders who plateau from the ones who break through. If you actually follow it, you'll be sharper, smarter, and more prepared than 90% of the competition. But if you click off now, you've already failed the first test. So lock in. Don't touch that mouse or phone, because what I'm about to show you is the exact routine that will decide whether you stay average or finally take that step toward becoming a pro. Step 1 is to take a break. The first step might sound counterintuitive, but it's the most important foundation you can set. Take a break. I know that sounds strange when the whole point of this video is about grinding harder than ever, but here's the truth. If you don't reset first, you're setting yourself up for failure. Fortnite is not just a game of mechanics. It's not just about who can edit faster or build higher. It's also a mental game. Your brain is the engine that drives every decision you make, and when that engine is running hot for too long, it starts to break down. Think about the last time you played for hours on end. At first, you were sharp. You were hitting shots, making quick edits, and rotating cleanly. But after a while, even if you didn't notice it, your reactions slowed down. You started missing easy shots. You rotated late. You made decisions that you wouldn't normally make. That's fatigue, and the worst part is, most players don't even realize it's happening. They think they're just having an off day, when in reality, their brain is simply overloaded. Taking a break is like hitting the reset button. 1 or 2 days off is usually enough to recharge. If you've been grinding tournaments non-stop, give yourself 2 or 3 days. Don't worry about losing your edge. Your muscle memory is already locked in. You're not going to forget how to edit or build in a couple of days. What you will lose are the bad habits that creep in when you're tired. Think of your brain like a whiteboard. Every time you play, you're scribbling on it. New habits, old habits, good plays, bad plays. Over time, it gets extremely messy. Taking a break is wiping the board clean. When you come back, you're sharper. You notice things you didn't before. You react faster. And here's something that most players don't talk about: confidence. When you grind non-stop, your confidence actually drops without you realizing it. You start second-guessing yourself. You hesitate in fights, you stop trusting your instincts. But when you take a break and come back fresh, suddenly you're hitting shots again. Your edits feel smoother, your awareness is sharper, and that confidence boost is priceless. Confidence is what allows you to take fights without fear, to rotate without hesitation, and to play like you belong at the top. So, step 1 is simple, but it's powerful. Take a break, reset your brain, reset your hands, come back ready to lock in. This isn't wasted time, it's an investment in the couple weeks ahead. Step 2 is your warm-up and routine. Once you've reset, it's time to build the foundation that will carry you through the grind, your warm-up routine. Pros don't just hop on the game and queue games. They treat Fortnite like a sport. Just like athletes stretch before a game, pros warm up before they play. And this isn't optional. It's actually the difference between being sharp from the first fight and spending the first hour of your session trying to get into rhythm. A proper warm-up should hit every part of your game, no matter what. So start with your aim. Your aim is the backbone of everything you do. If your aim is off, it doesn't matter how good your builds are, you're going to lose fights. Spend time focusing on flicks, tracking, and shotgun accuracy. Don't just mindlessly shoot. Pay attention to precision. Feel the rhythm of your crosshair, train your eyes and your hands to move together. Then move into edits. Edits are where speed and consistency meet. Too many players focus only on speed, but clean edits matter way more than fast edits. If you can edit quickly but you mess up half the time, you're not helping yourself. Work on being smooth, work on being consistent, build that muscle memory so that when you're in a real fight, your edits come out clean without you even thinking about it. After that, focus on piece control. This is what separates average players from pro players. Piece control is about more than just placing builds. It's about controlling the fight and the flow. It's about dictating where your opponent can and cannot go. When you master piece control, you're not just reacting to your opponent, you're forcing them to react to you, and that's true power in Fortnite. Finally, finish with movement. Movement is one of the most underrated parts of Fortnite. Side jumps, cone slides, sneaky peeks. These small mechanics win fights. They make you harder to hit. They give you angles your opponents don't expect. And when you combine sharp movement with clean aim and edits, you become a nightmare to fight. The key here is consistency. Do this every single day. Don't skip it, don't rush it. This is your foundation. And here's the mindset shift. Your warm-up isn't just about your hands, it's about your brain too. It's about getting into the zone. When you do the same routine every day, your brain knows, okay, it's time to lock in. And that locking in is called flow state. If you do this at the beginning of each session, it will put you on a different level than everyone else. And that's very powerful. It's literally like flipping a switch. You go from casual mode to pro mode. And once you build that habit, you'll never want to play without it ever again. Now, let's get into step 3. How to play ranked the right way. Here's the thing about ranked, it's not a tournament. Most ranked games don't even make it to stacked endgames. So if you're treating ranked like FNCS, you're wasting the opportunity. Rank is where you sharpen your fighting skills. It's where you put yourself in as many situations as possible so that when you're in a real tournament, nothing surprises you, and I mean nothing. Your goal in rank should be to take about 10 to 15 fights per match. That might sound like a lot, But that's the point. You want volume, you want repetition, you want to fight in every possible scenario, off spawn, mid game, third parties, box fights, high ground retakes. The more situations you put yourself in, the more comfortable you'll be when it matters. But here's the key, don't just brainlessly play passive aggressive. That means you're looking for fights, but you're also smart enough to disengage when it's not worth it. If you're low on mats, if you're out of position, or if you're about to get third partied, back out. There's no shame in disengaging. In fact, it's one of the most important skills you can learn. Knowing when to fight and when to leave is what separates good players from great ones. So in ranked, your mindset should be fight often but fight smart. Push players when you have the advantage. Take risks when you can afford them, but don't throw away your game just to chase a clip. Every fight is a chance to practice your mechanics, your awareness, and your decision making. And when you stack 10 to 15 of those fights into a single match, you're getting more practice in one game than most players get in 3. That's how you maximize ranked. That's how you turn it into a weapon. But before moving on, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video. Every serious competitive player should be running Risen's tweaks. This pack is built specifically for Fortnite pros, giving you smoother performance, higher FPS, and lower input delay, which can literally be the difference between winning or losing a fight. Tons of pros are already using it, and it's an easy way to gain an advantage without changing your mechanics. Links in the description and pinned comment. And if you use code FLOW at checkout, you'll get 15% off instantly. Don't sleep on this if you're serious about going pro. Now, step 4. Step 4 is all about scrims and how to maximize your growth from them. The number one priority in scrims is staying alive as long as possible. That means playing smart rotations, conserving mats, and avoiding unnecessary fights. You're not looking to frag out, you're looking to test strategies. Where should you rotate from your drop spot? How do you position yourself for moving zones? When is the best time to take height? Or when should you stay low ground? These are the questions scrim answers. Kills and scrims should only come when you need them. Think about refreshes. If you're running low on mats or heals, that's when you look for a pick. Otherwise, your focus is complete survival, because in tournaments, that's exactly how it works. You don't go hunting for kills, you take them when they're necessary to keep yourself alive. And here's the part most players miss. How you practice is how you perform in tournaments. If you treat scrims like pubs, you'll play tournaments like pubs. If you treat scrims like tournaments, you'll walk into FNCS already prepared. Scrims are your rehearsal. They're your chance to test strategies, to make mistakes, and to learn from them before the real thing. So when you're in scrims, lock in. Play every game like it's the finals. Stay alive as long as possible. Take fights only when you need refreshes, and when you review your games afterward, pay attention to the small details. Where you rotated, how you use your mats, when you chose to fight. That's where the growth happens. Scrims aren't about being flashy, they're about building the habits that will carry you when the pressure is highest. Now, step 5. Cool down after playing. Most players think that the grind ends the moment they log off, but that's not how pros treat it. Just like in real sports, you don't finish a workout and immediately stop. You stretch, you cool down, and you let your body reset so you can come back stronger the next day. Fortnite is no different. After long hours of high-intensity gameplay, your brain and your hands are buzzing. If you just slam your PC shut and walk away, you're missing a huge opportunity to recover and to actually lock in the progress you made. Best way to cool down in game is through free building and light drills. Instead of ending your session on a stressful fight or a frustrating loss, hop into creative and spend 10 to 15 minutes just free building at your own pace. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about being flashy. Focus on smoothness, on flow, on keeping your mechanics relaxed. This is the equivalent of stretching after a workout. You're easing your hands and your mind out of that high intensity state. You can also run simple cooldown drills, like slow edit tunnels or basic aim tracking. But the key is to keep it light. Think of it as telling your body, we're done for today, let's reset. But a proper cooldown doesn't stop in game. Once you're done, step away from the screen and take care of yourself. Stretch your wrists, your shoulders, your back. Fortnite puts a lot of strain on your body when you're moving really fast and intensely, and if you don't take care of it, you'll feel it over time and you guys can actually get injuries from it. A few minutes of stretching keeps you loose and prevents those nagging aches that can slow you down. Then, give your mind a break. Go outside, get some fresh air, take a short walk, or just sit quietly for a few minutes with no phone. Let your brain breathe. When you do this, you're not just resting, you're giving your subconscious time to process everything you just practiced. That's why so many players notice they come back the next day sharper, even if they didn't grind more hours. And finally, never underestimate the power of good sleep. Sleep is where your brain consolidates everything you've learned. It's where your body recovers. If you're staying up until 4 a.m. every night and running on fumes, you're sabotaging yourself. Going pro isn't just about how many hours you put in, it's about how well you recover from these hours. So prioritize sleep, prioritize your health, and you'll notice the difference not just in your gameplay, but in your focus, your confidence, and your consistency. A cooldown routine might sound small, but it's one of those most underrated parts of the grind. It keeps you healthy, it keeps you sharp, and it makes sure every hour you put in actually counts. And now we head into the last and final step, but one of the most important ones. It's all on you. At the end of the day, no routine, no coach, and no teammate is going to carry you to becoming a pro. It's all on you. You decide if you're going to take this seriously. You decide if you're going to put in the hours, stay disciplined, and actually apply what you learn. You're going to decide if you watch this whole video. 2 weeks or the next month is more than enough time to change everything in game for you. But that's only if you commit. So here's what I'm going to challenge for you to do. For the next 2 weeks, follow this routine. Take a break. Lock in your warm-up, use rank to sharpen your fighting skills, treat scrims like tournaments, cooldown after every session, and remember, it's all on you. If you do that, you won't just be another player in the lobby, you'll be the player everyone else is scared of. So yeah, that's the full routine. If you actually follow it, you'll be way ahead of the pack going into Duo FNCS and the solo series, or continuing them if you've already played in them. Drop a comment below and let me know what you're starting with first. Leave a like if this helped you out, and don't forget to sub for more. And of course, if you want to support me, use code FLOW in the Fortnite item shop, and if you want to boost your performance even more, check out Risen's tweaks with code FLOW for 15% off. Links down below. Good luck with your grind. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.